Hello and welcome to our first ever episode of Chats on the Mustard Sofa. It is I, Rebecca, and...
It is I, Leclerc. Maddie.
Okay, there we go. What are we talking about on our first ever episode?
Buffy. Your favourite thing ever? Your favourite show? Is it just your favourite fiction in general?
It's my favourite TV show, as it's many other people's favourite TV shows. Favourite fiction?
Like in general?
Ever?
It's books too.
Books? There are some books. You already know there are comics.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I can commit to favourite fiction. I might need more time to think about that. But definitely favourite form of visual media.
How many times have you watched it?
Three times all the way through. This is your first time. We just finished it.
Mm-hmm.
10 months it took us to get through the whole thing.
It was really 10 months.
It was really 10
but
months.
But I feel like we had a period where we sort of stopped.
Sometimes we watched like less of it and we were watching other things, but 10 months.
So I was worried I was going to not forget it, but
yeah.
You know how I am with shows.
144 episodes there are, Buffy, with an unaired pilot, and it started March 10th.
An unaired pilot?
1997, and it finished May 20th,
They don't have that as like an extra...
No, well,
feature.
It's just what they
like in
filmed
Lord of the Rings when they do a director's cut.
They filmed the pilot to sell it to a TV network. So the pilot has a lot of what the first episode has in it.
Mm.
It's just not as fleshed out. I've seen bits of it, but only once a while ago. The next year is the 30th anniversary of when it first aired.
Oh, did you do that on purpose then? Did you
Yes.
No, you didn't.
It's all planned. So, yes, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and we're up to season 12 in the comics now. So 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Are you still following along with the comics? No, right?
No, it got expensive.
Yes.
And then there's a reboot on the way as well.
But it's going to be a different Buffy.
Buffy is in it. Buffy is in it.
It's going to be a different Slayer.
Yes, but spoilers as well, just in case you weren't already aware. There are a lot of Slayers, remember? Now,
right.
There's...
But it's going to focus on some... My point is it's not going to still be Buffy the Vampire Slayer. It's going to be, I don't know,
quite possibly.
Katarina.
Yeah, but it's classed as a reboot of Buffy. But
right.
Yeah, we'll get into some of your thoughts and your feelings.
I have big thoughts and feelings.
On the whole show, so let's go. What are your thoughts on the whole thing?
I thought it was to be really bland and boring, a really great show. I mean, I was never someone that watched the whole Teen Wolf kind of genre of heroine fighting.
Okay.
I didn't really... I wasn't into Twilight.
So supernatural kind of things.
Do you get what I'm saying? Monsters, demons, that kind of... I know friends and family who did, and I know that there's a reason that they're super popular, but I just never got into them. Would you consider it partly a comedy? I was going to say it wouldn't be like a comedy that it reached, but it's not, is it? It's like action, adventure.
Yeah.
Could you still say it?
I wouldn't classify it as a comedy.
No, but would you call it like an action/comedy? Would the comedy be included? I'm not saying it's the primary. Obviously,
no,
it's not
I don't think I'd even slash it. There's definitely comedy in it, and there's been some pretty amazing writers on the show, without a doubt, that have stuck throughout the whole thing. But I wouldn't say it's a comedy, even though it has some pretty hammy moments.
I mean, particularly in the first
Yes.
few seasons, right? I feel like there's so much comedy in those.
Mm-hmm.
So it's almost a bit like Harry Potter-esque, you know, where Warner Brothers' badge gets darker and darker.
Yeah.
There's kind of a turning point, I'd say, at Prisoner of Azkaban. Maybe your sort of season 3 was your Prisoner of Azkaban. And it...
Oh, you think season 3 for Buffy?
I'm just...
Okay.
Maybe not.
Oh,
maybe
you're
it
like
was
doing
sooner.
some pretty interesting parallels here then, because Harry Potter, there's 8 films.
Yeah.
But really, there's 7 books.
Yeah.
Okay. Coincidence?
Well, I'm just going along with... I think that, you know, much like how in Harry Potter, the first couple films, there was scariness, like danger, but there wasn't... It wasn't so doom and gloom.
Okay.
It felt like after Prisoner of Azkaban, things got really mature.
So you think the individual episodes, the overall story arch maybe got a bit more mature, maybe a little bit darker?
Yeah.
In season 3?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I think that's natural and pretty standard of a show of that theme. I mean, Twilight was, and I don't know crap about Twilight. Sorry, can I? Oh,
You can say whatever you want to say.
Sorry, I don't know things about Twilight, but I sensed that even though it was always kind of moody, the mood and gloomy vibe only amplified as it went on.
Okay.
So, sorry, I feel like I've gone way off topic
for
already.
me,
what were you?
Personally, like the darkness comes a lot more in 5.
Oh, yeah,
like
it
things
certainly
go a bit
does,
funky in 4 because of the whole college thing.
No, it certainly does, but I feel like there is still a difference between, like, your season 1, particularly the first few episodes, and season 3. It just feels, maybe it feels more natural. I mean, I'm sure that comes with, you know, they'd been shooting that much longer. People are that much more comfortable with each other.
Yeah, that's true.
But, yeah, as far as, sorry, taking it back to someone who isn't really into monsters, demons, fighting, that kind of thing, I found it very palatable.
Okay.
I didn't feel like I had to be a sort of moody, I don't know, goth.
A moody person to watch it. Right.
To watch it. Is that rude to say? Probably. Sorry.
It's your opinion, that's fine.
I don't... This is why I shouldn't talk. Because...
Speaking of the different seasons, though, which one was your favourite season?
And I flip-flop.
So what do you flip-flop between then?
I can eliminate... Can I tell you what I know for sure was not to help me? Season 4 was the Adam stuff, right? I'm not a fan of that. No. Last. Not that it was poorly executed. I'm just not a fan of the whole college frat boy sort of lifestyle and storyline. And I think plot lines that tend to grow off of that. One was really... I'm sure people are probably not dismiss season 1, but it's like probably easily forgotten because, I mean, the show is still finding its footing.
It is, and it stands out as the least, I suppose, cohesive against the others.
Perhaps one might even say it's a bit corny.
It's definitely more on the corny side. And there are only 12 episodes in that one too. But
I really enjoyed it. The second
The second one?
Hang on.
Somebody likes Angel.
No. Which was the season where her mum dies?
That's season 5.
I honestly might say that one.
Oh, okay.
Because it was very dramatic, and I wasn't expecting the show to... Like, when it happened, there was, in the back of my mind, I was going, oh, she'll be back in a couple of episodes. They'll do something to bring her back. It'll be... Like, this is just a temporary problem in the midst of a greater storm. Like, for her to navigate. Almost like they were building in a sort of, now she's an adult, and here's a more adult problem. But it'll be resolved because she'll have other things to worry about. So when it wasn't, and I think that was handled really, really well. I have great appreciation for the fact that I can't so easily, I guess, say a favourite, because I really did enjoy a lot of them for different reasons. I think depending on who the major antagonist was, I feel I'm ending up comparing apples to oranges, which is maybe why I'm having a bit more difficulty.
You know, the season's antagonist is a lot, but it also isn't the only thing that defines a season.
No. Do you remember which season
I
don't, because I think I struggled with saying one when you asked me that before. I don't remember. Do you remember?
You said you even had appreciation for season 7 when we were...
I did.
Watching
I
that.
wouldn't put season 7 at my favourite, though. I think I'd put season 1, honestly, before season
1.
7.
Yeah. I think you mentioned season 1. Cause
I really did like it.
Yeah.
I appreciated it for what it was, and I think for the stage where, of course, you're going to expect a show to be finding its footing and testing the waters, it did that in a very... What's the word that I want? Because they took risks, but they weren't so risky that it felt disjointed. Enough risks, yet kept it cohesive. And so I don't know, maybe season 1.
Oh, okay then. Respect to that. Not a lot of people pick that one. A lot of people like to go for 3.
Did I? Yeah.
Because it has a lot of pretty strong individual episodes that are a little bit quirky and quite unique.
Oh, you're talking about that.
But then the overall...
The gentleman stuff.
Well, The Gentleman's not season 3.
Oh, God, I hated that. That was rubbish.
One of the best episodes ever.
Nasty. I hated it.
Controversial opinions here. But I personally like season 3 as well. But it is very hard for me to choose anyway. So it's similar vein to what you were saying.
Who was the baddie in season 3 again?
The mayor.
Oh, yes.
And that's when you had Faith come into the picture.
Angel always messes me up.
As well.
Because I forget that he was like... I guess because you don't really see him as a villain, do you? But he is. He definitely is.
Yeah.
In the second one. 4th was Adam.
And the 4th was, like, definitely your least favourite.
Oh, yeah. I didn't find him a very layered villain. And I say layered in terms of, like, depth of how much exploration into the character could be done, and how much growth you could have beyond that. I didn't see... I think he was killed off at the correct time, in the sense of there was nothing left to say, versus there were other antagonists where I think, I'd like to know a little bit more about them. There could be more of a story. You know, even with Voldemort, vampire, and then baby, like, there could have been... Sorry. The one with the little hair.
The Anointed.
Yes.
The Anointed. That's how you remembered the character.
Yeah. Didn't really do much, did he? He didn't seem to have much power. He just sat in his high chair.
And then Spike.
Yeah.
Spike got him.
Good. But even with them, I could see more development happening. I really like what you said as we were watching season 4,
Mm-hmm.
And you said he really is just like a Frankenstein's monster. And I think there's only so much you could do with that. I got to the point where I don't want to say I was bored, because I wasn't bored, but okay, yeah, he's an evil lizard slime freaky robot man who's angry that he's a slimy robot man. So he's trying to create more people. It was a bit like in Ultron. Sorry, not in Ultron. Avengers Age of Ultron.
Okay.
Did you watch that?
No.
Oh, sorry. I was just going to say I still enjoyed that film, but not as much as the first Avengers. This is just my opinion. Obviously, everything I'm saying is my opinion. It could be a load of bollocks, but I'm sure a lot of it is, and someone more, dare I say, educated, and just in the film industry, people who are actors could go, no, actually, this is why this works and why it makes sense. But I found myself getting a bit bored of Ultron, because I thought, yeah, he's a robot who's sad that he's the only robot on the Earth, so he wants to make more robots and have people die.
Yeah.
I didn't see much else that you could do.
The only thing shy was he was looking for a bride, not looking for a bride like Frankenstein.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I got the sense that out of all the big bads throughout the seasons, if any of them had won, absolute disaster. If Adam had won,
yes, you mentioned that before.
He's going to be taken out. The mayor is going to be a massive demon. I think that's going to cause a lot more carnage. Adam, the military made him. I'm sure the military could take him out if Buffy hadn't managed to.
Yeah.
And if he's like the weakest big bad.
And who do we went from? So Mayor,
so
Adam,
go from
and then
the start then, and it'll help jog your memory. So the first season,
Pale Voldemort vampire. Sorry, anointed.
Yes.
Yeah. 2, Angel. 3, the Mayor. 4, why am I clapping? Yay! I remember. 4. Oh my gosh, Adam.
Yeah.
5.
It's so forgettable.
No, I just took it from it. I'm so bad. 5. Shit, who was 5?
A god?
Oh yes, Glory. That was a good villain. Appreciated that a lot.
And then 6.
Why are they so forgettable?
There's some controversy coming.
Oh no.
The big bads of season 6.
I know the oh yes. The 3 Warren, Andrew's brother, and Jonathan. And you say Willow.
It's Tucker's brother. He's called Andrew.
Right. Tucker's brother. Andrew. I swear I watched it.
Yeah.
I just lose track because they blend over, like, I'm gonna stop making excuses for myself.
And then you mentioned those 3 as the big bad, and Willow.
I'm not saying they were the big bad. I don't think I'd call anyone apart from the first the big bad.
Oh, okay.
Because they're not. But if we boil it down, like, if that's the whole point, and the first is like the original evil, automatically any other demon is below.
Well, yes, that's
i.e.
true.
not the big bad. They're still
but per
evil.
season, you know.
We can, I think you could just say the antagonist of the season then. Because would you even consider Angel and, like, I don't know.
He was.
Yeah.
But you think the big bad for season 6 was those 3? No,
I think... I get your point with Willow. Because, yes, she was going to do a lot more destruction. A whole lot more destruction than any of them could ever conceive of. But I think I go back to the motivation. And maybe that's why I struggle even a bit with Angel, because he didn't want to be that way.
Or the vampire with the soul, but the vampire in and of itself with no soul is very different. Yeah.
Yes, but he didn't choose to have that taken away again. It just happened.
It just, yes, because it never happened before.
Exactly.
It had never been taken away, it had been cursed with it.
But my point was, he didn't choose
to
have it taken away, and he was horrified after, like, when he got it back, of, oh my god, what have I done? So, obviously still terrible, awful things. He was, I would agree, the antagonist there, but I don't think you can just line them up the same, because you look at the motivation, you know, evil vampire and little baby wanted... I didn't say this was going to be technical, right? Anointed. They had evil intent. They knew what they were doing. There was no chip, that, like, which you could get into a whole thing about that. But there was nothing sort of possessing them to do. They were just choosing.
Yes.
Same thing as the mayor. Those were all choices. Glory was a choice. I'm sure she didn't choose to be in that human form, but the acts that she was doing were her own choices. So then if you bring in Willow, was her motivation ever to wipe out Earth? I would say no.
Well,
it wasn't her
changed
motivation.
When Giles came back, and his final effort to defeat her was to give her all the power he had and to show her everything to try to help her realize, you know, oh, there's so much going on, and, you know, everybody's suffering pain too, and, you know, you can feel the whole world when you have all this power. But obviously it was so much, it tipped her on the other side of,
but that was the power. That was the power. It wasn't her decide. She didn't begin that crusade
into
not like darkness that. Going, yeah, I want to over everyone.
No.
Like, sorry.
It's fine.
I was just getting that she wasn't going, I want to make everyone's life a living hell. It didn't come from that. I'm not excusing what she did, but I think there's, like, explanation into... She didn't just wake up and decide. She was corrupted by dark forces. Yes, she perhaps leaned into them at times, but I don't think that was ever a true motivation. Because if it was, I don't think she would have came back.
No.
Versus if I then put her next to Numbnuts and... you know, Tweedledum and Tweedledee.
Yes.
They always wanted...
to cause some kind of form of chaos,
I don't think that Warren was redeemable. I don't... Even in those moments of him going, look, I'm sorry, I've changed.
That was kind of just is anybody around here to help me? I'm going to stall.
And that's in a last moment of saving your skin. Well...
And even any time he comes back, you know, the first, or when Willow turned into him, it's always the same. There's not really any spark in him that you see is, you could come back, you could be a good person.
Even in the moments where, well, like when he literally, like, nearly had a rape of his former girlfriend.
Yes.
And all of that, there wasn't any true remorse. I'm sorry, happened like that as a form of deflection, not as a form of internal reflection.
Yeah. He was upset he didn't get away with it.
Exactly.
And the other two were just standing by.
Yeah.
Letting it happen. And Andrew seemed surprised when he's like, oh, no. When she said what it is, oh, well, no, it's not. And she said, yes.
It
and
is.
Then, obviously, Warren
But he knew.
After. He knew.
He was fully aware, and that's why... And all the way back when we were introduced to him as this sort of robot, like, dare I say, dweeb, geek, like, I don't want to,
He's into
I
robotics.
was a nerd in high school, but yeah.
Yeah, that's his thing.
I still found him incredibly smarmy, and if you asked me what I thought his character projection would be in regards to someone who was redeemable and could do a lot of internal reflection, no. I don't think he would have, maybe for a short time, out of fear, he would have retreated into his little shell.
Yeah.
But those festering motivations would have remained. So, I don't believe in, I think we mentioned before, like, the idea of fighting fire with fire, and I don't think adding violence helps to resolve violence. Violence is violence. But I'm not sorry. I'm not going to say that I'm particularly sorry with his ultimate ending.
Yeah. So you go all the way up to that point in, season 6, you've got those 3 led by Warren, Willow, and then the final one you come to the first. So if you're looking at them all, is it possible for you to decide which big bad you think, was the best big bad, so to speak?
Oh, definitely not them. I'm going to stay with Glory.
Glory?
Yeah. I'll go back and say again, I really appreciate season 1. I thought it was a great introduction. And of course, you're going to have, if you want to say big bad for that season, be a vampire, because we're introducing her as Buffy the Vampire Slayer. And I found it almost nostalgic and old-timey, not putting him in the same category as a Frankenstein's monster, but sort of a character of old myth and legend.
Yes.
Versus Glory, who, I mean, you would just think, wow, this looks like a glamorous person,
It's
not really
step
someone that, a bit more of a facade that came with her character that was very enjoyable to see evolve. Versus, I think, in terms of physical appearance, I mean, aside from the dusting portion of his existence, you didn't see a physical change as much with him.
Him?
The
Master?
The Voldemort.
The
vampire.
Master.
Yes, the Master.
But the interesting thing about Glory as well is that they, Buffy and the Scooby Gang went to seek out the council and hear what they had to say and get information, because they were struggling to figure out, what is she, what kind of demon, where from, and then she's not a demon, she's a god.
Figure out, I think, is the key words there. There was a lot more mystery with her.
Yes.
There wasn't a lot of mystery with the Master.
The Master.
I was going to say anointed that time.
No, but that is correct now.
The little baby. The Master.
Yes.
There was no mystery with him. He showed up on the screen and you knew who he was. Yeah. Versus Glory shows up on the screen. Oh, she seems a bit dodgy. She seems a bit shifty, but maybe she's just an assistant, an accomplice. Yeah. Maybe she's working for somebody else. And it wasn't until, at least for me, more time went on where you go, no, she is that season's big bad.
And you can see that the Master's, like, he could have come out of any kind of Hammer horror film. But again, they're still using, like, little tropes from that genre specifically, because if you look at Glory is not just Glory, she is also Ben. So there's like a Jekyll and Hyde kind of thing
there was just
going on too. That none of them
so many different facets of her character. And I think you saw her struggle in a more holistic way. Like for the Master, it was, oh, rats.
My minions haven't done it,
drat,
you know.
we haven't got Buffy again. Versus her, you could see her pacing around this sort of lair that didn't even really appear like a lair. It was this glamorous hotel suite, but
and she's going crazy unless she sucks the minds out of people.
Yeah. And then, Ben, just as you said, was a whole other side to her, literally and figuratively.
An innocent kind of bystander, but what if Giles
and such a hero, though, because he knew, because I remember, and correct me if I'm wrong, but he would be telling, like, Buffy and Dawn, go, get out, because she's coming.
He did, yes, but then he also was like, I can't defeat her, Dawn, you're coming with me.
That was him, and that was him talking?
And he said,
I thought it was, oh.
No, that was him.
Oh, he gave
Glory
in.
wasn't talking through him. If she's coming through, she's just Glory, and he is just Ben.
That's really disappointing, because
So he did turn a little bit there, but then Buffy, she couldn't. She said, if you come back, you are Glory, I will get you. But of course, they would come back, wouldn't they? Because
that makes me really disappointed, though, because I thought that he...
In the start, he did try to keep them away. But she was taking all of his life.
Yeah,
and
I guess
he couldn't hold on to anything.
Desperate measures,
But he wouldn't have been able to hold on to anything anyway, because her going home meant the whole world was just going to collapse and dimensions were going to bleed into other dimensions. And Giles had to go in and, do something horrible, kill Ben, so Glory couldn't come back because Ben couldn't control her.
No. That poor man.
In terms of characters throughout the whole series, which character or characters do you feel like you can empathize with the most?
Well, I mean, Ben, certainly. Not across the whole series, because he was just a single season. He didn't make any hidden appearances. Just a single season. Definitely can sympathize with that. I know I'm supposed to sympathize with Dawn, but I don't care. I don't sympathize with her.
I know you're not a fan of Dawn.
I'm sure the actress did a wonderful job. She just was not my cup of tea for many reasons.
Do you feel like she grew at all and progressed?
I love that you use that, because I was just going to bring up the word growth. There was certainly growth within her. Not as much as there should have been.
Okay.
There should have been a lot more growth. I think there was a lot more potential. And it was maybe like we were at the hint of a plateau and we just relaxed and let it go. There's a couple more. Buffy can absolutely sympathize with her. It's a job that she didn't ask for. She didn't want. She said so herself in the last season. There was many times, and I don't think she really had to say it for people to feel it throughout the series, that there are many times she wished that she wasn't the Slayer. You could feel for all of them in so many different ways. Xander, for the fact of feeling like an unsung hero, the person without any power, being the role of every man, carries its own unique set of challenges.
And
was he ever properly recognized? Was, even in regards to Giles, if you go back to the first season, I found Giles was even... And yes, sometimes he needed to be reined in, but I found Giles could be a bit overly critical of Xander. Like, maybe I'm remembering incorrectly, and it was quite a long time ago now, but I just seem to remember his ideas were brushed aside rather quickly, oftentimes. Oh, well, that's just him. That, like... And sometimes, yes, he was stupid and had to be told, you know, you need to sit down and shut up. But
yeah,
I think, yeah, there were times that he should have been taken more seriously than he was. You could say you feel bad for Giles because despite coming from that position, like we said, of great privilege and all the perks, he has to watch someone being Buffy, who he's gotten so close to,
yeah,
from more than a mentor perspective, but a father, or at least a father type perspective, especially for the fact that she doesn't have a very present father in her life. He has to watch her go into super dangerous situations, wonder, is she going to be okay? That would kind of put you in a spot of almost constant fear and upset, because you're thinking, what does her life look like if I care about her so much? She became, I think she always was, but definitely as the show went on, she became far more than just a student.
Oh, definitely.
So I will stay with the, I guess, pick that I mentioned to you before, though, in that Spike, I think I have the most sympathy for. There were times that I had empathy for him and times that I had sympathy for him, and times I had both, or it was difficult to have either or. What I was just saying with him before to you is there didn't seem to be a time where he wasn't a tormented man, where he was not struggling. I don't really think, I mean, I know we didn't see him as a very young child, but we saw him in flashbacks pre him being a vampire as a young man. And he was already in such a deep place of torment. And I don't think that because it looked so ingrained within him, I think it's safe to assume that it started at an even younger age.
Okay.
So, unlike some of the other characters where perhaps pre-Buffy, Giles didn't have that same level of fear and stress in regards to losing somebody.
Yeah.
Maybe he did have an even more, well, probably never comfortable, but comfortable life, just getting to study and learn. Willow had the time pre-magic, pre-Tara, pre-relationship and power dynamic issues aside. Sorry, I say power not in regards to them, but in her magical power. There was a time before that. Yes, she seemed to struggle in school of, I'm the, are people really my friend because they want to be my friend or because I'm helping them with their homework? I'm put upon yet again, that sort of idea.
Yeah.
But that compared to someone essentially being told that they're scum and garbage is a big difference to me. And I think even, as I said, in his sort of heyday, if you want to say,
as a vampire,
when he was with, him being Spike, with Drusilla, feeling like he was king of the world, I'm going to take over Sunnydale, yada yada. I think he was still tormented.
Okay.
Clearly didn't have the same level of sympathy or empathy for him there, but I think he was still questioning parts of what he was doing, of what he really wanted. There was more indecisiveness. And I mean, he got played at the end like no one else. Because she was a proper bitch in the end. Buffy.
Oh.
By the last season, I found out of any season, she was the most unlikable right at the end. And right at for me right at the very end of season 7.
Do you feel like by the time the season was finished, her character was like more redeemable to you?
I saw a glimmer of redemption, but I didn't see a massive change.
Oh, so you still kind of disliked her a lot by the end? Oh, wow. Okay.
When she sort of had that moment of standing over what was the wreckage of what Sunnydale was, with that just an abyss now, and she kind of had, I think it was supposed to be a glowing smile of like, oh. I just thought, you know. That's what I thought of it. I thought she was awful to him. He was awful to her in
no, he was
some
almost
ways.
Unredeemable.
Yes, he was
Spike.
almost unredeemable. But I think for emotional damage and just stringing people along, she was far worse than he was.
Buffy.
Yeah. I think she strung him along far more than he strung her along. I said to you so many times throughout that I thought that he loved her far more than she would ever or could ever love him. She loved the idea of him.
And she said she loved him at the end.
That I was so happy he said, "No, you don't." But because she loves the idea of him. It's different.
And out of all of, the boyfriends that Buffy's had, the 3 of them then, who do you think was maybe the best one for her?
Oh, I thought he was the best. I thought he...
Not Riley?
Riley was the frat boy era, college, experimenting. Riley had a purpose. I mean, Spike said himself, I feel I'm close to someone. And the fact that she was able to bring that out in him, I think she felt it as well. She wouldn't have asked him to stay that night for closeness if she didn't feel at least some of that.
Yeah. So
I think that they had the strongest and most authentic connection. But yeah, I didn't think that she would ever be able to, and that's not necessarily her fault, some people just aren't in that place to care enough about someone as they need and perhaps deserve, or hopefully deserve. But I felt bad for him as well, because I thought she treated him pretty crap.
Yeah. And what did you think about how the final episode went down?
You know that I still have so many questions. I feel like we were watching that. I'm like, am I supposed to understand? I really liked that he was the one to be able to sacrifice himself. Sorry, yeah. Because I think if there was anyone who deserved to get to that final arc in there, or point along that arc of redemption, it was him. Because, as you mentioned, he had a massive fall.
Yeah.
But I think following that, he did have a massive climb, was able to bring it back. And you could say there were other characters that were also following redemption arcs that could have had that moment. But I think for everything he went through with the torment of getting the soul, of accepting that Buffy was never going to love him in the same way, but still choosing to be the bigger man and fight for the greater good. I think that he was the best choice. Poetic with writing, right? To have that be the redemption arc. I still don't really understand why he had to die. I don't think I fully understood the amulet. It just seemed to produce light from his
Well, he said
soul.
he could feel his soul, so it might have been kind of feeding off of it a little bit.
Okay.
But you don't think, Angel, he could have used it, and Angel, he has a soul as
Angel
well.
Sorry, that just, because when he made that point about, oh, well, I got a soul first, you know, I had that first, it was placed on you as a burden. You didn't work for it.
Yeah.
He didn't have anything really happen to him apart from lose it. And I feel sorry for him because that wasn't his choice, and he felt terrible for what he did during that period, which was out of his control. But in regards to the soul, it's such a chintzy little comment. It was such a pissing contest
between both of them, definitely.
But that comment, it was such a little, it was a little dick syndrome comment. But anyway.
And in relation to the other Slayers, because you know I had a theory, because Buffy died once and then you get Faith. Mm-hmm. And then Buffy dies another time, but you don't hear about any other Slayer being brought forth. Maybe that's because the passing on of it has to go through Faith, perhaps. But, you know, I had an idea of, oh, Kennedy seems to be standing a bit above
the others.
All the rest of the potential Slayers.
But
is she a Slayer and doesn't already, you know,
was it supposed to be that she was just a bit older, had a bit more training? Because she was older than some of them, yes.
That's very true, yeah. And she didn't show any supernatural strength or power, so...
I just thought she was a little bit older. She had a watch. Some of them didn't even have watchers. Some of them weren't with watchers for long at all.
Yeah.
She seemed to be with a watcher for a bit of time.
Yeah.
At the very least. But I mean, she was annoying as hell anyway, so...
As a final point to maybe bring up here, any character throughout the whole season that you feel you wished you'd seen a little bit more of?
Kennedy, I'm kidding. No, she was great. Oh, easy, yes, Drusilla. I was so disappointed when... I mean, I know it kind of had to happen because Spike had that super close bond with her and then wanted to get him closer with Buffy and the rest of the gang, which I don't think would have happened if she had stuck around. But I thought the contrast of her was fantastic. I mean, we equated it before to washing down a strawberry Pop-Tart with sprinkles with a Guinness Stout. Like...
Oh, yes, I
think
I said it's like dunking a digestive into a straight whiskey.
Yes.
Because she's a very fierce vampire, you know. She was weak when she was introduced, but she got her strength back. She pulled Spike out of the wreckage.
But I don't really think she was even that... She certainly wasn't weak mentally.
Well, Angel caused her to go insane before she was a vampire, then turned her. But she's got that very kind of light airiness until oh, I'm a vampire, you know. Kind of thing. So she
was almost elvish.
Oh, okay.
To me, I don't...
Okay, I wouldn't have described her in
ethereal?
That way. Ethereal, yes, sure.
We can go with ethereal.
I mean, you know, Spike said he'd still had some, you know, feelings for her, even when he was talking, you know, about her to Buffy and how she would see the stars even when they were inside.
Yeah.
You know, roof over their head.
Just how absolutely bonkers she was. But wrapped up in a package that still somehow radiated class and elegance was refreshing.
Well, we've not got confirmation, but also not got confirmation that maybe
she's going to come back.
James Marsters might be in the reboot
as Spike.
Yeah, we don't know how that's going to work, but also
he's dead.
You've got...
But no, is it like... Are we going back to Marvel where nobody dies in the MCU? Nobody really dies in Buffy because everything's magic.
People do. Anya died.
That's for sure. Why can't they just bring her back like they brought Buffy back?
Anya.
That one was sad. When you asked me to predict, and I said I was certain about Spike, and I thought perhaps Faith. But then when we talked more, I said, okay, they're not going to kill off any of the sort of main. Yeah.
But they could bring him back in flashbacks. That's the thing, right?
So really, it was
they could mess around a little bit
they could bring
with
him
time
back
for the reboot. But what I'm hearing now is we hope that Drusilla comes back for the reboot.
I think that would be great. You know, even if she bring a new man, who cares? I just would love to see more of her on the screen.
Nice. Well, hopefully we can look forward to that later this year or early 2027 from what I've heard anyway.
Yeah.
But otherwise, thank you for this interesting chat. Join us next time where we'll be talking about something else. And at some point, some reactions from you as to what happens after the TV show. Because you've got all of those comics as well.
Oh, so are we going to watch Angel? We have to...
No, I'm not going to put you through watching Angel. Yes, there is Angel as well. But stay tuned anyway for more
He's great.
chats on the mustard sofa. Bye for now. You want to talk about Angel more?
No.
No.